The hiring manager leaned back in his chair, tapped his pen against the table, and asked the one question I had been praying he wouldn't. "So, why do you want to leave your current job?" For a moment, the room felt too small. My heartbeat sounded louder than the air conditioning humming behind me. I could feel every memory, every frustration, every late night, pushing up against my chest, begging to spill out. And I knew that whatever I said next could decide my future. Up until that moment, everything in the interview had gone smoothly. I'd answered technical questions, showed my portfolio, and talked through real scenarios like I'd been rehearsing them for weeks. But this question, this one, hit a nerve. Because the truth wasn't pretty. I wasn't leaving for more money. I wasn't leaving for a shorter commute. I was leaving because somewhere along the way, I stopped recognizing the person I became at my current job. Projects kept piling up, support kept shrinking, and "Can you stay just a little longer?" became the default soundtrack of my evenings. I had reached a point where Sundays felt heavier than Mondays. But sitting in that interview chair, what I wanted most wasn't an escape. What I really wanted was purpose, a place where my work actually mattered, where I wasn't just putting out fires but helping build something. I wanted to feel proud walking out of the building at the end of the day instead of feeling drained and invisible. Deep down, I wanted the chance to grow again, because stagnation is its own kind of exhaustion. But how do you say any of that without sounding bitter? How do you admit that you're burned out without looking unreliable? And how do you tell the truth without throwing your current employer under the bus? As I sat there, I realized the real struggle wasn't the question, it was my fear of being honest. I'd spent months downplaying my stress, convincing myself I could handle it, pretending that it was just a phase, but it wasn't. And if I dodged the truth now, I'd only be repeating the same cycle in a new place. So I looked at the hiring manager and took a slow breath. I reminded myself that this wasn't about blaming anyone. It was about finally choosing myself. So I answered him, not with excuses, but with clarity. I told him, I've learned everything I can from my current role, but the environment no longer supports the kind of work I want to do. I'm looking for a place where I can grow, contribute meaningfully, and work with a team that's aligned towards something bigger. I don't want to leave because I'm running away from something. I want to leave because I'm moving towards something. For the first time in a long time, I said what I needed instead of what I thought someone wanted to hear. And surprisingly, the tension in the room didn't grow, it eased. The hiring manager smiled, nodded slowly, and said, "That's actually one of the most honest answers I've heard." In that moment, I felt a shift, not just in the interview, but inside myself. Because the truth is, the hardest part of leaving a job isn't sending your resignation letter. It's admitting to yourself that you deserve better. A week later, they called me with an offer. But even before the phone rang, I knew something had changed. I wasn't just chasing a new job anymore. I was choosing a new version of myself, one that wasn't powered by fear, exhaustion, or obligation. So if you're preparing for an interview and you're scared of that same question, here's what I learned. You don't need a dramatic reason to leave. Clarity is powerful enough. You're allowed to want growth. You're allowed to want better alignment. You're allowed to want peace. Honesty doesn't make you look weak, unprepared answers do. A clear, mature explanation shows self-awareness and professionalism. You are not obligated to stay in a place that drains you. If a job is costing you your energy, your confidence, or your identity, you're not quitting. You're protecting yourself. Interviews aren't interrogations, they're conversations. You're evaluating them just as much as they're evaluating you. So the next time someone asks, "Why do you want to leave your current job?" remember, Your answer isn't just about where you've been. It's about where you're finally ready to go. If you're feeling stuck, undervalued, or afraid to make a change, maybe your story is just waiting for its turning point.